For tuning in. I'm your host, John Michael. Today we're going to talk about the list of secret trannies, secret Illuminati trannies, whatever you want to call them. It's going to be a long list, so thanks a lot for one of my viewers and my subscribers. Thanks a lot. Thumbs up to you to actually let me know this list. So I'm not trying to break any copyright laws. You can't actually own a copyright too, but I am going to give a shout out to this person here in the description below. Make sure you subscribe. Thanks a lot for tuning in. Thumbs up. And let's go forward with this nutty nonsense. This is the stupidest story I've ever come across in my investigative journalism. So it appears that Hollywood and television, owned by the throne of Britain, the Vatican, Rothschilds, bankers, and various other occult societies, you got the Freemasons and all this stuff, the Knights of Columbus and all those guys, they're lying to the general public, again, over generations and through music and sports, entertainment, even like science and stuff like that, like all the elite things. Basically, they're better than us, the laity. We are the laity, and they are better than us. So, in fact, yes, they are doing that, but on top of that, they're secret trannies too. So, like the transgender agenda is being pushed upon us by these trannies, and they support abortions and they support birth control, and they just want the less amount of babies to be born. Basically, they just want to destroy humanity for some reason. They're just sick people. They are going to be in hell, and people that know better, they're going to read the New Testament, King James Bible, and they're going to see there's a fake Bible, fake NIV, fake NASB, fake ESV versions, fake Catholic versions, fake Jehovah's Witness Bibles, a whole bunch of fake Bibles. But the King James Bibles, it's very different, of course, but the truth is much more beautiful when compared to lies and deceit. This whole bunch of tranny freaks has actually warped our minds and even shaped our actions with the movies we watch, the televisions, the books, the magazines, internet, and like it's just propaganda to get you to become a homosexual and to accept openly transgender people. It's nothing. No, it's nothing new. And and they're one thing they're pushing too on the propaganda is the idea that distilled water for some reason is poisonous and it's going to kill you. For some reason, it's going to leach out all the minerals out of your body. And distilled water, which is what I have a distiller here, this is going to kill me. I doubt it. So distilled water, make sure you drink distilled water 100% pure. Distilled water, don't drink tap water because it's got fluoride and stuff like that. Pushing fluoride, pushing all this stuff, Illuminati trannies, and they're pushing the abortion. So the abortion is their main thing. They want to destroy all the babies. They want to actually, bring these people into poverty. So they say, oh, I can't afford a baby. I'm just going to kill this baby. A baby is the most beautiful and incomprehensible gift, inestimable gift, whatever you want to call it, from God. So you don't want to actually be caught guilty of the sin of murder of an unborn child. I mean, I would never, ever dream of being at the judgment day and seeing God, and saying I have to explain for, not like I've imagine an abortion doctor. I mean, that's a one-way ticket to hell. It's terrible. It's terrible. So these very, very young people, like the very young girls of the elite bloodlines, are traditionally given male hormones, and very young boys are given female hormones and estrogen. This was done before puberty, so these castrados become singers like Mariah Carey, Julie Andrews, Lady Gaga, Pink, Spice Girls, and the female to male, like Brad Pitt, Leonardo DiCaprio, as we're going to see in this list. So bear with me, we're going to have a long list. So this sleeping, unaware eyes of cinema and television audiences would never suspect such a thing. Some of the most masculine men have been women, and some of the most feminine women have actually been men of the rich and famous. English elites have gotten off by hot love scenes when they made the male stars and females. They made the male stars women and the female stars men, and they laughed at us for not knowing the difference. Would secret societies or government lie to the people? Of course they are lying. George W. Bush looking at you in the eye and saying it's Iraq, it's weapons of mass destruction. And you look at his dad and he's saying, oh, there was 231 babies that were just left lying. We have to invade all these countries. They're just invaders, and they're just really, really satanic. The height of evil in this world are tranny satanic freaks, as we're going to see in this list. You know, the list is coming up very soon. So there's some text that I'm going to include in the description below. So I was just reading a bunch of that. So now we're going to get right to the list. Aaliyah, ABBA, Adam Sandler, Adam Scott, Adam West, Adolf Hitler. Adolf Hitler is definitely a tranny. We're going to go through this in alphabetical order. Let's go to Adrian Brody. Adrian Brody's a female portraying herself to be a male. So Alanis Morissette is a singer that I used to listen to. Isn't it ironic that this person is actually a tranny? I suppose it is. Aldous Huxley, brand new tranny that I actually just learned today. Alec Baldwin. You know, Alex Jones is definitely a tranny. He's pushing the far right-wing conspiracy thing, but it's actually just disinformation. That's all it is. Alicia Silverstone. Al Pacino is actually a tranny. Amanda Blake is a tranny. So Amanda Pius, Plumber, Tapping, Ernst Hart. You know, the list is down below. Amy Winehouse, of course, is a tranny. So this is the official list. Angelina Jolie finds herself on this list because it's a tranny. I shouldn't have said herself at all. We know by the facial characteristics, by the Anna Nicole Smith is also a tranny. Bone structure, you see that these people are actually the opposite gender of what they're claiming to be. So, Anthony Hopkins, Anthony Quinn, Anthony Perkins, Anthony Zerbe, whatever that is. All these trannies, just go through them. Barbara Streisand, we got Barbara Bush, Barbara Babcock, Barbara Bain, Barbara Feldon, Barbara Eden, Barry Norris, Barry Nelson, Barry Williams, B. Arthur. All these trannies, like, it's been going on for a long, long time. Ben Affleck is a well-known tranny. Just going through here. Betty Ford. Betty Ford is a first lady boy of the United States. So a long time that these trannies have been going on in office and politics. All the tranny governors and stuff like that. Bill Clinton. Bill Clinton is one of many U.S. tranny presidents. Bjork, actually. Bjork is I thought it was a cool singer before, but it's actually a tranny. Bob Dylan, Bob Hope, Bob Marley, Bob New York, Bo Derek, Boris Becker, Boris Karloff, Boy George. Boy George is obviously a tranny. Brad Pitt, Brad Paisley is a tranny. You know, Britney Spears. Britney Spears I thought it was a girl. I definitely thought it was a girl. I think I listened to a few songs of this person, and I was like, oh, it's kind of a cool beat and stuff like that. But of course, it's just people writing the song out for this tranny, and the tranny going up on stage, and I don't even know if it's the real vocals, but I know they're castrato. So Britney Spears used to be a man like me. I'm a man right now. So if they wouldn't have screwed with Britney Spears' development, whatever, you know, they did. You know, same thing as Cameron Diaz. It would have came out as a man like me, but now it's looking like a female. It's got breasts and all that stuff, but it's just a tranny. Candice Bergen, which leads us to the Full House series. All the actors in Full House are trannies. All the actors in Friends are actually trannies. Spice Girls are all trannies, I think I said. Carrie Ann Moss, Carrie Underwood. You know, you got people like Kate Blanchett. Charles Bronson, Charles Dance, Charles Gray, Charles Grodin, Charles Laughton, Charlie Chaplin. Charlie Chaplin is an old tranny. Chevy Chase, of course, a tranny. They're all trannies. They're part of this cult, and you know, there's you would say, like, how can all these trannies be like? There's too no like. If you're part of a cult, there's a lot of people in the cult. Like, look at the Roman Catholic Church, 1.2 billion. The Islam cult, there's like 790 million or something like that. People that are caught in a cult. So there's a lot of people on the list. We're just in the seed. It's already close to 10 minutes now. Dakota Fanning. So this is a child star that's actually been trannied. It's actually it's an infringement on humanity, but you know, these people want to get groovy with that stuff. Clint Eastwood. Clint Eastwood is actually a tranny, which I actually knew that. So there's a lot of new people on this list. Look below for the list, and you'll see all these wicked trannies straight from the pits of hell. David Letterman, of course, is a tranny. Denzel Washington is a tranny. Dick Van Dyke, Donald Trump. I've been talking about Donald Trump for a long time. The entire Trump family is gender inverted. Drew Barrymore, Dr. Phil is actually a tranny. Dwayne The Rock Johnson, with all those muscles and stuff like that, a World Wrestling Federation guy. A lot of wrestlers are trannies and stuff like that, like John Cena, stuff like that. Elizabeth Hurley, Elizabeth Taylor is a Queen Elizabeth is actually a tranny. Ellen DeGeneres. Make sure you don't watch the Ellen show. Ellen is a terrible thing. Eminem, of course, is a female to male. Feminem is actually the proper name for that treat that that tranny freak. So Eva Brown. So Hitler was a tranny. Eva Brown was a tranny as well. These are just freaks, part of this generational Freemasonic thing. John Michael's Ventures bringing out the information. Thanks a lot for tuning in. So Gary Cooper, Gavin MacLeod, Gene Hackman, all these, we're just at G, so we're just, just skimming through this list here. There's a lot of people on this list. So Grace Kelly, Grace Lee Whitney Houston, of course, is a tranny. Halle Berry, Hank Williams is a well-known tranny. Heather Graham from the Austin Powers is a very, very disgusting tranny freak. Hillary Clinton, of course, is a man. You got Hugh Jackson, Hugh Hefner, and the whole Playboy thing is a tranny. It's a whole, the entire, like Marilyn Monroe was a tranny. The first tranny to be featured naked on the whole thing about porn. And they're all trannies. A whole bunch of people. You got James Fogg, Jamie Foxx, Jamie Lee Curtis. You got James MacArthur, James Franco, James Dean. A lot of James people. So make sure that you get your eyes down in the description box below. We're actually going to feature this video about the trannies. Jay-Z is a well-known tranny, and I featured them in a video that I made about him exposing trannies. So Jennifer Aniston, Jennifer Garner, Jennifer Hudson, Jennifer Jones, Jennifer Lawrence, Jennifer Lopez, Jennifer Love Hewitt, a whole bunch of tranny freaks, male to female. So this is incomprehensible, but it's actually what's going on. Thanks a lot for tuning in, John Michael's Adventures. Make sure that you click thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't. There's a whole bunch of new subscribers. Thanks a lot for tuning in. So a lot of nutty nonsense going on with my life. I've been just dealing with the course and stuff like that. So I actually did plead guilty, and I shouldn't have to hear any more of those goons and stuff like that. And like I said, I bought a water distiller. Because the water that you drink is very, very important. You want to make sure that you don't drink tap water at all. Make sure that you drink 100% pure, 0 parts per million water from, this is God's water. This is the water of life. And if you want to plug it up with a whole bunch of contaminants, you're going to be missing out on the detoxifying properties that pure water actually has. So if you actually drink pure water, you're not going to have any sicknesses and stuff due to the toxins in your body, because it's all going to be flushed out. Back to the training list. You got Jimi Hendrix. Jimi Hendrix is a guitarist. Everybody, I used to play guitar and stuff like that. Play a little bit of guitar and stuff like that. And, people like Jimi Hendrix, Jim Morrison and stuff like that. All these, Jimmy Page and all these guitar gods and things like that. They're actually tranny freaks. Freakazoid shows. They're some sort of demonic possession or something. They make them play guitar good or something. I'm not sure, but basically they're a whole bunch of trannies. This list actually has Joan of Arc as a tranny. Isn't it interesting? Joel Grey, Joel Osteen, T.D. Jakes, and all those guys, all tranny freaks from hell, preaching a false gospel. Those people are actually very, very wicked. The Catholic Church pushing that stuff. John Travolta is a well-known tranny from the Grease. If you look at the movie Grease, if you would have never thought that John Travolta was actually a female, and you look at it now, it's the way that she dances. John Travolta is very feminine, very, very feminine. So you got Julie Andrews, Julia Roberts, Julie Christie, Julie Newmar. June Carter is a well-known tranny. They was famous for playing music with Johnny Cash. So well-known tranny. They're all trannies, straight from the pits of hell. Part 2 is coming up. We're going to go through the list of secret celebrity trannies. We're just going to go skim through that. So that was the first video, the first list. Part 1, thanks all for tuning in. If this is giving you nightmares, I don't blame you, because this is actually, my investigative journalism has led me to this conclusion. It's true, because I see the evidence, but how I would have come up with this, Justin Trudeau, Justin Bieber, and all those guys, I would have never. I don't know. It's a good thing I figured out this. Thanks a lot for tuning in.